Hi guys, so this is going to be a short video on getting in shape on a budget. As with my clothing and stuff, I do buy a lot of thrift store stuff, and I will buy some new things here and there if it's merited. But for the most part, while my body is changing, I I'm going the thrifty way and the cheap way because as you guys well know, if you follow my channel, I am looking to make $3 million in the stock market. I'd rather put my money in the stock market, investing wisely, obviously, um, to make to try and achieve that goal. And I will do a video on that. And the end of the month, it's February, mid-February. I will do a video at the end of February, updating you all on that. Um, but diet and exercise on a cheap. As far as exercising on a cheap, you can do it for free. Push-ups in your home, do dips on the edge of a chair, um, get some rope and do some jump rope in your living room. You just use your body weight. I think one of the best exercises out there for overall body, but it practically works. It works the legs a lot. Is running the steps. So if you have a 3-story house like I have, I have 3 flights of stairs. You can run the steps up and down, and that'll work your cardio. It will definitely work your legs and your lower back. But for those of you who really can't do that, you're so out of shape that you could actually hurt yourself if you start doing something like that. You could walk up and down the stairs, and then build yourself up along with diet. I think diet is going to help a lot of people lose a lot of weight fast. Cut out carbs. Don't add carbs to your diet. I mean, if you eat spinach or eat kale or whatever, there is some carbs in there. But if you're going to add like sugar or honey or rice or bread or something to go along with your vegetables, you're defeating the purpose. So just cut out carbs. Eat protein and fat. Of course, drink a lot of water, and you will do really well. For me, I don't really like to eat a lot of vegetables, so I drink mine instead. It can be a little bit expensive, but I buy in bulk, so you could get a case of kale and a case of watercress for maybe a total about $15 to $20, and that can last. If you have a good freezer, you can freeze it, and that will last a couple months. If you're making smoothies every day, and of course fruits I buy in bulk as well. So I find if in your neighborhood or your area you find a place that sells wholesale fruits, go there. I live in Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland, and there's a place in Laurel, Maryland, where I can go and buy like fruits and stuff wholesale. And sometimes they have stuff that might be missing something, and they just sell it for like ridiculously cheap. So it's a good savings. The only thing is it's a 20-minute drive one way. So it is what it is, but there's some cheap alternatives. I prefer buying in bulk, especially if you have a good refrigerator. I have a video from a few years back showing you a true refrigerator, with true manufacturing, that like is as a brand of a refrigerator, commercial refrigerator. You can store your fruits in there, and it lasts longer than if you were to buy like a residential refrigerator. But what I've been doing is buying like the blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, getting large containers, pouring all of it in there, and freezing it, and they last a long time. They don't go bad. So I freeze my own fruits. I don't think it's not the healthiest, but it's the most practical for my lifestyle. And I'll always tout, be practical first. Don't get retarded with the stuff. If it's really not like wheatgrass is something I can't really get, I'm not gonna go out of my way and try and get it and pay extra money for it. It's just something I can't get. Hemp seeds is ridiculously expensive. It's impractical for me to buy right now, so I stick with what I can get: kale, watercress, and the fruits. But I buy those things in bulk, and to thin it out a little bit, I get like cantaloupe or honeydew that gives it a little more liquid in it. Still fruit for hydration and whatnot, and make my smoothies that way. And again, I buy cases, a case each. They last about a week to 2 weeks. The fruits that I don't freeze, and the ones that I freeze, they last weeks. I've never had any of them go moldy or anything. And if you get it at a wholesale place and they like selling stuff discounted because it's either a little old, uh, buy that and freeze it. It wouldn't go bad. That's what I do. I've been doing that for years. So that's a cheap way as far as diet. As far as like fruits and vegetables. As far as food goes, um, I have never really monitored my food purchase. Again, because I buy in bulk. So I go to a place called Restaurant Depot and I buy like a case of fish for like what, $30, and you have like, and they're already pre-wrapped. So like salmon, wild caught salmon. I would buy beef, like ground beef. I don't really buy steaks and stuff, but um, then there's a local local butcher shop nearby that sells. You can buy a whole cow. I haven't done that yet, but I have bought a quarter, and it's kind of expensive, but it lasts a long time. So, and it's good quality meat. So those are some options where it lasts long. It's good quality stuff. There's no GMO and all that stuff in it, and eggs. But eggs are cheap. I buy a lot of eggs. I get most of my cholesterol and protein from eggs. Fats and proteins from eggs. I eat the whole egg. I don't eat just egg whites. Now, that's just me. There are a lot of bodybuilders. They like successful bodybuilders will eat egg whites and not the yolk. And I tend to put more faith in their research because they have the body to show for it. Unfortunately, it's not practical for me to throw away the yolk. I mean, I could give it to the dog, but because I'm cutting out, had to cut out carbs. I need cholesterol. Your brain is made out of cholesterol. All my hormones are made of cholesterol. I eat it, and it has not negatively affect me yet. I don't have diabetes, even though diabetes run in my family. So but I could get it. I could get type 2 diabetes if I hadn't stopped eating carbs. But that's the way to eat on cheap. Buy wholesale. Have a good refrigerator and a good freezer, and freeze your stuff. Yes, it's cheaper. It'll be like super healthy to just eat fresh, but it's just not practical. At least not for me. If it's practical for you, I strongly recommend eat everything fresh. You go to the grocery store every day, you buy your stuff, and you cook everything fresh. It's not practical for me. As far as finding a gym, if you can't really do push-ups and crunches and all that stuff in your own home, on the free, join a gym. Now, Planet Fitness is a great gym. I just did a review on them a couple of days ago. So, they're cheap, $10 a month. If they have a sale going on, it'll be $1 down and it's $30 annual fee. I mean, and you have all the equipment you really need to get into decent shape. Now, if you want to become a pro bodybuilder and all that, but after you get into max out all your stuff, then move to a gym that has more weights and more equipment. But you can do everything you need to do at Planet Fitness to get in shape, as long as you're disciplined and willing to do the work. It's cheap. So those are the real. I don't have any other gym I could tell you to go to. Actually, there are a few non-profit organizations, at least here in Maryland and Baltimore. I work at one. It's called the UMA Boxing Program, and it's $50 a year membership. But the thing is, it's not open 24 hours a day and none of that stuff. It's an after-school program. But for $50 a year, you can't really go wrong. You come there. Most of the boxing program gyms in the area, that's what they charge, $50 a year. So it's not like it's just my gym that's doing that. But the thing is, we're only open from like 4 p.m. till like 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday. And Friday we have some training, but it's for more for advanced fighters. And the weekends is for events when there are any. So they're cheap alternatives. You come to like a boxing program, you'll go through a routine with me where I train you with boxing style fitness and conditioning, and of course I'll teach you about diet and whatnot. For those who are serious, is what I do. But Most of the gyms will do that with you, uh, but it's cheap. $50 a year, you can't really beat that. The money, from what I understand, just goes to paying your insurance to cover your, and you can't. It's not refundable, so don't ask for your money back. You can quit whenever you want if you choose, or the money will be used, to help keep the program running. So those are the only two alternatives I could think of. We could Plant Fitness and a local non-profit organization gym. I won't say the Y. The Y is kind of expensive. I've looked at the YMCA and I just couldn't afford that at one time, so I just walked away. I think Planet Fitness is the only gym commercially that really can't be beat. The non-profit organization, which is $50 a year compared to $120 a year, plus the $30, $150 a year to join a Planet Fitness. It's not $50 is like a third of that. So look at those as an alternative for working out. You'll get great training, high intensity training. As long as because the coaches are training you to fight. You don't have to compete if you don't want to compete in a boxing gym, but you can train as though you're going to compete. And you'll go in the ring and you'll learn all the exercises, the punches, and all that. All that lends itself to training, getting you in shape. And the most important thing about like a boxing program is that the muscle that you gain, it's all functional muscle. There are a lot of like swole brothers in the regular gym, but they can't lift nothing, or they can't really function. They're all muscle. They can lift weights, but when it comes to lifting like a sofa or something, it's uncomfortable because they're not flexible. It's not functional. So you want to eat, you want to work out on the cheap and get in shape on the cheap. Those are the things to do. Planet Fitness, I recommend. I recommend any local like non-profit organizational program, like boxing program, or like mixed martial arts program. Not so much karate and jiu-jitsu and all that stuff, like single skilled profession. I'm talking like mixed martial arts and like boxing. You'll get really good fitness and conditioning because the conditioning required in boxing gym, because all boxing gyms, they're not there just to train you. They compete. All your athletes compete, so they train you to compete. It's not just like a play thing. So you can join there and be sure that you will lose weight or you'll put on some muscle, but it'll be functional muscle. You can join, and then of course you buy wholesale if you can afford it up front, and you have a good refrigerator and freezer. Freeze your stuff. That's practical. So if you have any questions, ask it down in the comment section down below. I'm sure I'm leaving out a bunch of things. For me, it's cheap. My routine is cheap, and I try to keep it as cheap but as healthy as possible. There's some other things that I do that's a little more advanced, that like making water kefir and milk kefir and kombucha at home, things like that. But I have videos from years ago talking about those things, so you can go look at my old videos. It's on the same channel. I haven't removed anything. And ask questions and comments, make comments on those as well. You all have a good night.